YouTube's biggest stars. By way of Cleveland, Ohio, here is Jake.
From Jake Paul, and that is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish. He's finished. He's hurt. On the run. Jake Paul pulling it on here.
In his second visit to Logan Paul's podcast after 5 years, Mike Tyson shocked the hosts with his stinging remarks. The podcast started with Logan Paul's rash attitude towards his father. Just as Mike sat down on the sofa, Logan ordered the crew to shove his father away from the cameras so that people would have a better look at Mike.
Fine there. Hey, Greg. I mean, Dad. People get mad when I call my dad Greg.
You shouldn't call him Greg.
He's well,
Dad.
Sometimes he's Greg. Would you mind standing right in front of the cameras that you're going to shoot the show on? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Mike was so shocked by Logan's treatment of his father that he confirmed to him whether Greg was really his father. The last time when Mike appeared on this show, he was completely caught off guard by the host Logan. Mike was under the influence of edible mushrooms and was particularly intoxicated. Once he was under the booze, he was never taken seriously by the hosts. As a result of this, he wouldn't have a meaningful conversation.
The first thing he said when he walked in, can I say, anybody got any mushrooms? That was the first.
Yeah, well, no, I said I have mushrooms.
Okay.
I didn't anybody have them. I'm not a beggar. I'm not a beggar.
Sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah, I'm not a beggar. Anybody have mushrooms? I'm not a beggar. I come prepared.
I saw you have a mushroom guy. I recognize him.
Absolutely.
He's the mushroom guy. I did your podcast yesterday.
Yes, you did. You did a wonderful job.
Once Mike was under the influence of these substances, he became completely wild. Logan was just seeing Mike getting high and demanding more mushrooms, despite the numerous health risks. At one point, Mike told them he could eat a bag full of things like this.
This is a lot of mushrooms, Mike. This is like.
That's what I'm saying.
That's nothing.
There you go.
That's nothing. Tell him I used to do bags, nigga.
This is crazy.
I would do whole.
Eat a whole ounce and go to the gym and work out.
I can't. Oh.
We're heating up.
Oh, he's gonna be chewing for a sec. Now,
Oh, you choose it down to a paste.
the people put it on a peanut butter sandwich. It mixes together. You know what I'm saying? But Mike wants all those little particles stuck in his.
Although that podcast was absolutely bonkers, it turned out to be the highest watched episode of Impaulsive at that time. Thankfully, when Mike appeared for the second time, he was sober, and Mike had a very meaningful discussion. He was looking much more composed and in a much better physical condition. At the start of the episode, Mike said that he had no problem with Jake's trash talking in the buildup of this fight. Later, Mike further expanded on this topic and concluded that he gets only motivated by these things. Mike thinks that it's funny and a new experience that people see Jake Paul as a bad guy in this fight instead of him. Throughout Mike's career, and especially after the rape conviction, Mike was not a fan favorite fighter. That is the sole reason he was named as the baddest man on the planet, Iron. Mike continued explaining this situation. I am 58 now, and you know what I found out. That get all the money. That get all the attention. That get everything. If you don't talk, what's the purpose of going into a fight? Mike appeared very humble, but equally straightforward and blunt in this discussion. He clarified to everybody that he doesn't take Jake's statement as a disrespect. However, Mike admires Jake's KO power and doesn't ever want to get caught off guard in the fight. When Logan inquired about any nervousness before this fight, the legend replied, "I'm doing really well doing my sprints and all other stuff. No concern. I'm normal, just nervous. And that's about it. All fighters are nervous, all athletes are nervous. But I've been nervous throughout my whole career and I've been very successful." Meanwhile, Logan was flooded with concerns relating to this fight. He has seen Jake's preparations firsthand and doesn't want Mike to be surprised on the night of 15th November. Logan threatened Mike as his fan, not as the brother of his opponent. "I love you, Mike, and I'm very nervous about you. I do care about you, and I do care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now is ruthless, Mike. He's really crushing it, and I just want you to be okay in there, Mike." Another thing that bothers Logan Paul is the crowd's booing and mockery of his brother. He reckons Jake is the most underrated and the most hated puncher of all time. Logan wished for the day when his brother would not be clowned by the boxing fans. He was alongside Jake in his earlier press conference against Mike Tyson, when Jake was humiliated to the bones.
In history, this is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. New York. Shut New York. And boo yourself. Boo yourself, New York. And New York.
Logan told Tyson that Jake was a fighter from day one and wanted to be a Navy SEAL while he was a kid. Jake had a warrior personality, and he wanted to slay people for the honor of his country. And this was long before he persuaded a professional career in boxing.
I want you to be okay in there, Mike. And I want you got to take him serious, Mike, because I
take him extremely serious. I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious.
No, they don't. And it's such a mistake because he's a real killer, Mike. Like, he wanted to be a Navy SEAL before he started boxing. Like, in high school, he wants to be a Navy SEAL. He wanted to go kill people on behalf of his country.
A stone-faced Tyson appeared to listen intently and responded to Logan that he was thinking of Jake as a gimmick and not as a professional boxer. Every time he entered the ring, he gave all the due respect to his opponent. Mike Tyson appreciated this request and said that he would never sleep on Jake Paul's attributes as a boxer. Tyson added, "Hey, I'm fearful of even my 13-year-old son. This is what I learned from my 58 years of experience, that anyone is capable of killing me. So you should be apprehensive of everyone. That's just my life. And because all people are capable of killing me, so I don't ever sleep on them." And after that, the Maverick continued bragging more about his brother. He indirectly taunted Mike for the age difference between him and Jake Paul. To cover these things, Logan said that these were the emotions of people not his own. Mike's anger took the best out of him, and he said,
"If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face." Whoa.
Later in this podcast, Mike Tyson had a great conversation with Logan's and Jake's father. It turned out that Gerg Paul was also a Mike Tyson fan. He showed how much he respects Mike Tyson and said, "It's kinda surreal. I mean, we grew up having our cousins and my brothers watching you fight. I remember you in just black shoes and black shorts, walking out like the baddest, coolest around, and we loved it." Moreover, Jake's father was nervous about his son's fight with the legend. When he was asked whether he was bothered by the fact that Mike is going to hurt Jake like in his prime, Greg replied, "Yeah, and it's a real fight, and this is the baddest on the planet. Hell yeah, I'm nervous. It's a surreal moment, because if someone told me 30 years ago that my son is going to be fighting Mike Tyson, I'd said, what the fuck are you talking about?" Mike further increased the tantrums of his fellow old man by saying that he was actually going to hurt his son. Plus, Mike believes that Mike vs. Jake is going to be the biggest grossing fight of all time. For fellow boxers and sports analysts who are referring to this fight as a gimmick or a publicity stunt, Mike has said, "It is the biggest fight ever. Listen, this is what it is all about, and for all the other fighters, they are jealous. They wish they could do it, but they can't." Further below, Mike Tyson explained why these so-called boxing legends are disrespecting his upcoming fight. He mocked them for their destructive analysis and clarified that no one likes to see their face or listen. Mike said, "They are making claims that this is bullshit and all, but they wish so bad that they were in our position. They wish so badly that they could take care of their family the way we can. And these were world champions and no one knows their names." Mike appreciated how Jake Paul was dealing with all the hate of the world. Mike said that he received much more hate from the crowds. According to Mike, it will work for Jake, because more and more people will come into the arena to watch him lose. And in the end, it's a numbers game and Jake will sell the tickets.
Listen, this is something I learned early in life, and I know it's not cool, but hate makes more money than love. You know, that's why I wanted to be the villain. I was the villain because everything kept coming. Everyone wanted to see me get my ass kicked. Everyone wanted to see bad stuff happen and stuff. Then eventually, you take everything they got to offer you, you're still standing, they love you.
And if we look at Logan Paul's career in WWE, we find that he's not new to booing or other harsh responses. He is also the guy whom people want to see get humbled. It is a fact that Logan Paul's treatment by fans is just like his brother. The only difference is that they are participating in different careers. People, especially fans of WWE and boxing, equally appreciate them. At the end of this conversation, Mike shows his fans that he's not fighting Jake because he is desperate for money. He is preparing and taking this risk only because he wants to keep his ego alive. The legend, Mike Tyson, concluded by saying, "The money from this fight is not going to change my lifestyle. It's not going to change my life. I got the biggest tobacco and cannabis company in the world, probably other than American Tobacco. Other than that, we are kicking everybody's ass." And when Mike was questioned whether he had more money than Jake Paul, the answer was rather delusional. Jake Paul previously revealed his big payday for fighting Tyson, claiming he was making $40 million from the bout. But it's not known yet how much Mike is earning for coming out of retirement.
Do you got more money than Jake Paul?
Well, listen, it's a possibility. I probably have more money than you think. but less than what you know.
Moreover, Jake Paul has come up with an amazing plan to stop the crowd from booing him. In the next fight, he will bring something alongside him that will stop his haters from saying a single word. The problem child has envisioned this plan in a recent interview.
They're all gonna boo me when they announce my name, so I'm gonna write like on a piece of cardboard with a Sharpie, "Boo if you're a virgin." When they're all booing, I'm gonna hold up the sign like in the corner of the ring. Chess, not checkers.
That was the fun part, but Mike Tyson is dead serious about this fight. You must have noticed that he was looking much younger and stronger in this episode of Impaulsive than in his previous interviews. November 15th is also coming near with every passing day. Do you think that this fight will turn into a reality? Will this fight be marked as a professional bout? Tell us in the comments, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Boxism will be your go-to channel from now for getting the latest and biggest news of boxing. That's it for today. See you with another video.